Hello, guys. Today we're gonna talk about Meatloaf's "Bad Outta Hell 2" on cassette. I don't have the first one. I just have this one now. This album is pretty awesome. I just listened to it the other day. Let's look at the insert here quickly. Oh, so you have this, and in here you gotta. I don't think that's Meatloaf right there on the cover. Have a little track thing here, and you have something extra in there, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We also have the song listings in the inside cover, plus another picture. May peace prevail on earth of someone there. I don't know who that is. And then we also have lyric sheets of all the songs that's within this. This is one of the nicer ones I own, actually. A lot of the cassette tapes I have are kind of dusty and used. This one is very well maintained. I mean, hell, look at the cassette here. I mean, it's nice, clear, and nicely. But yeah, Bad Outta Hell 2. Let's talk a little bit about the album. That it was released in 1993. It's about 75 minutes, 38 seconds long. It's kind of a long one. It has 11 tracks, and it was released under MCA Virgin Records. Now, the band, Meatloaf's band is comprised of various acts on the album in the studio. His live band is a specific group of people, but since we're talking about the studio album, it's various studio people. Like, every song has various different peoples and everything. It's kind of a long list. If you're very curious on it, I suggest look it up on Wikipedia. But I'm not gonna go through that because it's just too much to just list. It's just various artists. He's a solo artist essentially. So that's kind of the thing with solo artists. But all the songs are by Jim Steinman, who also worked with Air Supply, but working with Meatloaf was kind of his big thing. He also did the first Bad Outta Hell album as well. And some of the tracks, let's go over the tracks. Hold on a sec here. Sorry about that. Okay, so the first one of my favorite songs ever. I'll do anything for love, but I don't do that. That's what I love about Meatloaf songs. They're kind of funny. There's some of the lyrics, but I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs ever, and and there's a YouTube 5 minute live version that's just awesome. And listening to them the full length, it's a long. All these songs are long songs. These are the Bad Out of Hell albums. I believe are concept albums, which are pretty much albums where you listen to songs in a row and they tell a story, a loose story, to them. And I'll do anything for love. That's an awesome song. I love it to death. It's one of my faves. The rest of the songs I'm a bit more unfamiliar with before listening to the album. Life is a number two. Life is a lemon. I want my money back. That one was actually pretty good. I like that one. It has the same drive and epicness. It's very what's the word? It Anthemy is the right word for that one. Three rock and roll dreams come through. That's one of the slower ones. That's a slower one. That one's pretty good too. It's all these songs are really long and epic, and I love it. It just won't quit. That's another good one too. I won't lie, there might be a few songs that kind of blend into each other a little bit. All Meatloaf has a very specific style to him, but they're good though. It just won't quit. Out of the frying pan into the fire. That one was pretty good. I like that one a lot. Objects in a rearview mirror may appear closer than they are. That one was good. Wasted Youth. Wasted Youth is interesting because they kind of have a vocal intro in it, and that was actually one of the heavier songs on the album, in all honesty. And Everything Louder Than Everything Else is very good too. Good Girls Go to Heaven, Bad Girls Go Everywhere. That one is That one uses some other various instruments like saxophone and stuff. That one's kind of more has a retro spin to it. Um, Back into Hell and Lost Boys and Golden Girls. Those two songs. They're more instrumentals. I believe. I don't remember a lot of. Let me look in here again. The lyrics. She's to see if there's any. Yeah, yeah. The last two tracks are more instrumental driven, especially Back into Hell. Last one, Lost Boys and Golden Girls. That one has some vocalization, but it's mostly just it's an instrumental. So the last two tracks are instrumental driven. So there's 11, but 9 are instrumentals. I mean, 2 are instrumentals. So overall, I love the shit out of this album. And what I love about Meatloaf, he has an epicness to it. He kind of has his songs are like epic. It's like rock opera to a degree in terms of just how they, you know what it is. It's that's another thing. Jim Steinman, he actually wrote the music, I believe, to Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Meatloaf is in that movie too. He plays one of the characters in it, and that movie and all that musical style and everything in that movie is pretty much Meatloaf songs, and it's awesome. Um, Bad to Hell has a lot more. I will say this: the songs, um, I Do Anything for Love pretty much is just what it might be my favorite Meatloaf song in all honesty. Although the other songs, while they are great, I don't remember them being super hits. Like the first Battle of Hell album was one of those albums that had like 6 or 7 hits or whatever. That album was pretty good. I never listened to the full album, but I do have a greatest hits compilation of Meatloaf that has some of the songs from that album. um, but yeah, that this album I think is very good. Probably, I don't know if it's as good as his first one. I feel like this one might be a bit more. I don't know. I feel like this one may. It's hard for me to care because I haven't listened to the album. So one day when I listen to the album, I'll do a more proper comparison. But the way this one is now, it's a very awesome album. It's classic Meatloaf. I would say it's a good introduction to Meatloaf too, in all honesty, because it has some great songs on it. All the songs are good. The ending with 2 instrumentals, I don't. That's the only slight issue I have because they're not bad, but it's like, why didn't you end with a great closing track or something, you know? But it's a concept album. Concept albums are I always found a bit trickier to get into because it's easy for some tracks to buffer between tracks to convey the story. It's hard to make every track feel like a hit song, but it's been done before. And this one I would say is a very good album. Oh, and before I forget, All Music put 4.5 out of 5 on All Music by the critic person, 4 out of 5 by audience, about 499 audience people. Sometimes I forget to put everything there, read everything, and it bugs me after because I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, overall it's an awesome album. Cassettes, the difference between cassette, CD, and vinyl, there's not. So you'll have the same tracks listing. It's just based on preference. Plus, you could probably find anywhere on YouTube or any music streaming site or whatnot. But yeah, Meatloaf songs are awesome. He's one of my favorite artists. The only thing with Meatloaf is that he hasn't done a lot of work. Um, his albums are they're almost cinematic. He's one of those artists that has a lot of cinematicness to his music. They're big, they're loud, they're epic. They feel they're there's the arrangements are very orchestra driven, ups, lows, highs, lows, louds, softs. I love it. Um, it's almost like, yeah, like I said, like a rock opera, only much more, but I think much more, I wouldn't say palatable, but much more like anyone can get into these songs, even though these songs are like, most of them are 5 to 8 minutes long. um, but yeah, I really love this. I really love these albums. I recommend checking them out. I'd say definitely get the first one though. You could just get into this one fine, but a large bulk of his good works is in the first album. So I recommend checking that one. Probably checking that one out first. But if you hop on this one first, you're not. It's not a loss at all, really. He did make a third Bat Out of Hell album, but I don't know if Jim Steinman was as involved. I don't know if it's as good, but he's Meatloaf tries to do work outside with Jim Steinman, but it's kind of up and down. Really, the songs and arrangements, that's kind of what fuels. Meatloaf is a talent himself, though, but he's getting up there in age, so he doesn't do as much stuff, I don't think, as he used to. But don't take my word for it. I'm not up to date with my Meatloaf news, so if you're curious, I suggest looking it up on Wikipedia or a news thing or whatever. But overall, yeah, I recommend this. Listen to yourself, check it out. Any medium will do. There's not any alterations or anything. I mean, there are some versions on YouTube on some songs that may be shortened, like in music videos or something, so keep that in mind. But other than that, it's a very awesome album, and yeah, recommend checking out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.